I was gonna ask you.
Hello. How are you?
Very similar.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay.
Oh, great. I'm at the office, so that's why my computer is named Wanda Fish, but this is
No
Carolyn.
worries. Sounds great. Is that based off of Fish Named Wanda?
Oh, yes.
Very good movie.
I needed a code identity here
I
at
like
work,
it.
so yeah.
Excellent. Okay. I am going to actually turn off video and audio for just a moment, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. We'll see if anyone else joins us. Hey, Carolyn. Might just be you and me.
Oh, geez, that's strange. I would have thought that there would be a lot.
Well,
Oh, well.
I will say that it'll be very similar to last year's, just the dollar amount has changed. So if anybody watched the YouTube video from last year, they'll be getting mostly the same information.
Oh, okay. All right. I actually didn't have a chance to look at that yet. So,
No worries. We'll just go through it. This is great.
okay, great.
Okay, so I'm gonna share screen and I will start here. Okay, are you just showing? That's odd. Are you seeing the community sculpture walk page here?
I am, yeah, and I can see the map of
Okay,
the
great.
trail.
So the community sculpture walk launched in 2023, and so we're moving into the third year. of sculpture selection. We have 4 sculptures within the first year, 4 in the second year, and all of them are on a 2-year loan. So the sculptures from year 1 are going to come out in late April, and in preparation for the next round of 4 to go in early May. And the current 4 are at 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the map. However, there are other locations that we can consider. So 1 and 3 actually have concrete pads at them, but we have other concrete pads at other locations too. 3 is actually right next to a concrete pad, so it was too large, and the artist decided to site it off of the pad because that looked better. And similarly with number 2, it's actually in a slope, and the artist brought his own little concrete pad to place his sculpture. So we do have the option to place onto the grass or the ground, and not just onto a concrete pad, but we do have 8 concrete pads locations along the path. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Once sculptures are placed, I'm just going to show you the story map real quick. So we do this for each of the sculptures. We do a 360 view video of each of the sculptures, and we overlay the artist speaking about their work, so that way there's an audio component for each work, and the QR code that links to this story map is on each of the signs by each of the sculptures. And we do link to each of the artist's websites here. And so the artist statement that gets submitted with the sculptures application gets included here. We do edit it for space, and we edit it even more for space for the actual sign.
Thank you.
Okay. You can see it takes us through the whole display. It is a wide variety of work, and we do have an outside dimension sculpture limit of 10 feet. We've been slightly lenient. We had something that's like 10 foot 2 inches, and we liked it, so it got selected. Okay. All right. So whatever gets selected will be included in this story map that we update each year, and is publicly available. So I'm going to go through all the elements of the call. Selected artists will be awarded $2,500 for the 2-year loan of their sculpture. This is $500 more than we offered in the past 2 years. And we are looking to increase this annually from here on out up to an amount of about $5,000. Artists are responsible for transporting their work to and from the community sculpture walk, and for the installation and deinstallation of their own work. So there will be some assistance from the city. It's me. And we will, if there's any need for concrete pads beyond what we have now, will involve DPW, but we will likely be staying on those 6 by 6 foot concrete pads or on the ground nearby. Artists are encouraged to have their own general liability insurance, or artists must sign a waiver for the installation, deinstallation of the work. This is a waiver of liability form for we're on public property, I'm installing work. We're saying the city's not responsible for it during these periods of time. Once the artwork is installed, it is insured by the city from the day of installation until it gets taken out. Okay. So sculptures must be suitable for long-term outdoor exposure and fabricated and installed in a viewer-safe manner. So the Public Art and Culture Committee does take safety very seriously when considering the sculptures that get put on view. We've had some sculptures that everyone loved, thought they were gorgeous, and a little too pokey. So we really do take that into consideration. People are moving, especially kids, are moving pretty quickly along the path, often on bikes or scooters or other vehicles. And so anything that's too low or too pokey, definitely, even if it's beautiful, will not be considered beyond the safety round of consideration. Okay. So the sculpture sites do have 6 by 6 foot concrete pads. The artwork should not be intended to be all of that. It shouldn't require viewer interaction necessarily. Not really looking for kinetic works or work that is intended to be climbed upon in any way. We really want it to be something people view. This is another safety consideration, and also because it's generally sort of independently there for most of the time, over 2 years. Okay. I'm going to show you some of the site photos here so you get a sense of what they look like. So it's the concrete pads. These are actually the locations for last year, but they're indicative of what all the sculpture sites do look like with the pads there. Okay. So they're all situated usually about 4 feet at least back from the path. This site at number 4 couldn't be situated closer because of a tree, which you can just see the little base of there. And then all artists working through Dimensions are welcome to apply. Artwork must be original and must be complete at the time of submission. So they're not looking for sculpture proposals. We've had a few people submit proposals, thought they're really cool, but this isn't the time for that. The artist must be available either in person or virtually for the opening reception artist talk, which is planned for May 17th from 11 to 1. And during that time, what we do is we walk down the path, and each artist, we stop by the work and they talk about their work to the folks who are gathered there. This year, we are trying to align it with Watertown Porch Fest. So we're going to have musicians at different sites along the path to make it a real celebration. And we have had the tuba guy, who you may be familiar with, who played the tuba in every Watertown street during the pandemic. It's a really wonderful local character, and he comes out and plays the tuba for us as we walk down the path, which is very fun. Okay. So the call opened on September 16th. It will close on November 10th. Final review of applications will happen on November 25th. Artists will be notified in early December. And then the sculptures from the first year will be uninstalled in late April. And we're actually April 28th to May 8th, which is a 2-week period, is when we'll schedule for sculpture installation for selected artists. And then May 17th, again, is going to be the opening reception of the artist talks. You may submit up to 3 sculptures for consideration. If you submit more than 1 sculpture, only one of your sculptures may be selected in a given year. And you need to include the image list, pretty standard stuff, the title, dimensions, materials, and year completed. Your artist statement, which should relate directly to the artwork. General artist statement is okay, but what we're actually looking for is like give us some info on the art. So that's because that's what we would include on the sign and the story map. An artist bio, which should be about you, and how and why you make work, and your contact information, and you can optionally include your website and social media links. Okay. So those artists are selected through a jury that includes the Public Arts and Culture Committee and myself. So I do actually, this is the one call for art for the city where I do actually vote on the sculpture selection process, partially, as you know, because I am a sculptor. And I will, so sculptures will be selected based on the review of the images, the image list, and the clarity of the associated artist statements. In the first round of consideration, submitted sculptures are rated for safety. So again, safety is like the first round of consideration. If it isn't considered safe, it won't get discussed for final selection. Top rated sculptures are discussed by the Public Arts and Culture Committee, who makes a final selection of 4 sculptures. The criteria is that, is it safe? Is it built to withstand an outdoor display for 2 or more years? The sculpture is engaging or compelling. Obviously, this is the less objective criteria. The sculpture contributes to a diverse and robust sculpture walk overall. So, you know, we're not trying to put out 8 bronzes at the same time. We do like really diverse mediums, and we're trying to showcase a range of contemporary artwork. Okay. There is a site visit tomorrow from 12 to 1, same time as this. But if you would like to visit at any other time, you can always contact me, or you can walk the community path on your own. It's a really lovely walk, and I'm also happy to show you around. Okay, let's take a look at the application form. So when you navigate to here, you'll see all of our open calls, which we actually have another one up right now. But I'm going to click Community Sculpture Walk. And it has the whole description we just went through. I hit Apply Online. And this is a online platform called OpenGov, which we use for city permitting. I'm just gonna put in, oops. And you'll create your own account when you log in for the first time. And then you'll have it for all subsequent calls, or if you need to submit a permit within the city of Clarktown. Okay, and so because I've already been in here, it will confirm all my contact information. And then it will bring me to the application form. You're applying as a team, so if it's just you, don't check it. If it's you and one other or more, you can check this. Can include additional team member names below. Include your website if you'd like, social media, if it's relevant to your artwork. Your artist statement, again, it tells you here, should relate directly to your artwork. And then artist biography here. So I have to include some things. So I'm just going to put in some test stuff next. And then this is where you're going to upload your attachments. So you say upload your best image as a JPEG, PNG, or PDF. If it is not one of those file formats, we won't be able to open it and it won't get reviewed. This program will allow you to upload pretty much any file format, which is a little unfortunate. We can't actually live with this, but we won't be able to open anything that's not a JPEG, a PNG, or a PDF. So just making sure it's one of those. You can upload alternate views of each of your sculptures, up to 3 sculptures, and then including an image list. Okay, and you're welcome to include in your image list any additional information that you think is relevant to the understanding of your sculpture. For example, that sculpture weighs an awful lot, or that maybe it does have some moving parts that we wouldn't be able to see in a still image. Okay. All right. And once you upload and click through here, it'll ask you for confirmation of your submission, and then it'll be off to the review committee. All right. I believe that's it. So any questions?
Yeah, I do have a couple of questions. And I mean, the first one is the most important one, and maybe it's not going to be good enough for the committee right now, but the piece I have is at Sincere Metalworks. It's partially complete. I'm not 100% confident that it'll be finished by November 10th.
Okay.
So in that case, can I submit some process sketches and photographs of what is ready or not?
I think, yeah, I do think that'll be okay, because we know this is an artwork that's on its way towards completion and should have enough time to be done by April. Yeah, I know Dan's a little backed up.
Yeah, and I hate to nag him, you know, he's anyway, yeah, so but I really like their work. And have they ever installed anything at this particular park before?
They haven't installed here, no.
Okay.
On behalf of anyone. We've had the artists themselves mostly. We've had also Daedalus Art, which is an art installation and conservation company based in Watertown, also install an artwork on behalf of an artist based in LA.
Okay.
And they're a wonderful local company, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about them, actually. I'm going to write that down. It's just too heavy for me, you know. I mean, it's not super heavy or super big, but you know, if it's like me and my son, I don't think.
No, I absolutely understand.
Great. Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I guess I feel like my piece is, you know, well within the safety and size parameters. I was just wondering if there's anything else that might be an emphasis that the community would like to see, or something that might be sort of relevant to Watertown, or, you know, that would make something more meaningful to Watertown. And maybe I'm still thinking about edible pairings, which I also applied to.
Which we're very excited about. You know, in this, it's a very general and open call, because we know that if you have sculptures sitting around, they might not necessarily adhere to a theme. In year one, we did try out a theme, and it was the river. and we interpreted it very loosely and decided thereafter that we didn't need a theme.
Okay,
And so we do like work that has some sort of thematic direction, isn't just like, this is abstract. If it's abstract, tell us why it's abstract, make that part of the artist statement. We like something that really has some, even if it's not directly meant to be an educational artwork, that it is telling visitors that, hey, here's why some artwork looks like this, why I might choose to make it this way. So making sure that that artist statement connects with the artwork itself is also really important.
okay. Gee, I really can't think, I mean, those are really my main questions,
Yeah, that's great. If you
Again,
have,
I haven't really seen this piece either. I have a lot of sort of process sketches that I've mocked up, and I'm hoping I can put something together that looks reasonable, that gives everybody a clear idea of what I'm, what I have in mind. Will the artists be asked to present their ideas to the committee at any point if people have questions, or?
no, so we'll take all the complete applications, and they'll all get collated into a packet for the committee to review. They have their grading rubric, which includes all those criteria that are bullet pointed there. And then based on those rankings, we actually, just 1 second. So so the Public Arts and Culture Committee will each individually rank their top 4. And then we'll also go, we did this last year for the first time. We're hoping to do it again, but we didn't include it here because we don't have it confirmed. And we'll go to the high school AP art class and have them actually pick their top 4 and include at least one of their choices in the 4 final selections, which we really enjoy including the youth perspective in it too, because some of these sculptures go right by where their temporary high school is.
Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I guess that's really it. I mean,
Okay.
my task in the next couple of weeks is to go up to Amesbury again and get some pictures of what's there, and then,
Fabulous.
yeah.
I just heard, this is a recorded session, but I just heard Dan on WBUR talking about, what's the artist's name who did the ducklings, the Make Way for Ducklings sculpture.
Oh, Nancy Shern.
Nancy Shern, yes.
Yes.
And they had a nice quote from him in the radio piece.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right,
Well,
great.
if you have additional questions or anything comes up, you can email me or you can give me a phone call. My info is in all of the pages for the call for art. And yeah, I can't wait to see your application.
Okay, well, me neither. Well, thanks so much. I really, really appreciate all of your help and knowledge, and this is such a great project. So.
Yeah, well, it's great to see you as always.
Oh, same. Thanks again.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.